I'm 36 years old and I have never been able to go into the supermarket and just buy everything I wanted and needed and not worry about the price. And I'm saying this because I was scrolling on TikTok late last night and I came across a video by Michaela. Now, it was a simple video, and normally I don't stick around to watch those videos because I am not really like a makeup artist or into makeup, and most of her content tends to be around like makeup or luxury hauls, and that's not really my forte. But this video stood out to me because she had opened up her fridge, mind you, a beautiful, massive, big fridge, and it was empty, like damn near empty, and she said she needed to go fill it up. So the whole vlog was her going to the supermarket with her man and just filling up the cart with the things that she needed, purchased them, and then filled up her fridge. And it got me thinking about a time when I was younger that our fridge was empty for a month. Like when I tell you it was empty for a month, it was empty for a month because we were poor. Very, very poor growing up. And my mom did not know a lick of English, did not know how to read or write, and she worked an under minimum wage job. So putting food on the table was heavily reliant on public assistance. We were on food stamps, and this was back in the day when food stamps wasn't on an EBT card. It was actual like money. It almost reminded me of Monopoly money, and it would come in these books, and that's how you would pay for them. And because we were a household of five in the beginning of the month when we would do our compra, when we would go food shopping, it was always a hefty bounty. But because my mother did not know English, did not know how to read or write, a lot of the paperwork and the renewal forms for food stamps, I used to have to fill them out. So I remember this one particular month, I guess I hadn't filled out the paperwork properly and there was something that was missing, and our food stamps were delayed that month and we did not get our food stamps in the beginning of the month. And because the mistake was like caught so late, we actually didn't get it that month. And I remember how much we struggled that month, and we had to go to food pantries and churches to try to get food. And I thought to myself, out of all the years I've been on this earth, I've never been able for myself, I've never been able to go to a supermarket and fill up my fridge and not have to worry about the price, not have to think about it twice, not have to shift through the shelves to look for bargains, to be able to look at something, buy it, and put it in the cart and not think twice about it. And as I was watching the video, I just saw her put just simple things, like tomatoes and lettuce and meat. And she got steak from the butcher, and like there was no pause, there was no hesitation, there was no getting to the counter and looking at the money and not having enough and having to take some things out and having to figure out what's important, what can you leave behind, what can you take, what do you actually need. No negotiating. She was just able to buy all the things in her cart. And I don't even know why I'm getting emotional about it, but it just makes me so sad because I don't I don't I don't know what that feels like. I don't know what it feels like to not have to worry about money, to be able to afford, to be able to just buy and not think twice about it. And when you think about food being like a necessity, that's like a human need, it made me think about how many people out there in the world that was like my mom, struggling, and that don't have a fridge full of food. It made me think about me as a child when I was younger and I would open the fridge later on in the month and seeing how empty it was in comparison to the beginning of the month, and knowing that it was not going to be filled back up until the following month. And it just made me sad. It just made me honestly sad because I'm like, yo, I know this is going to sound so simple for some, but I don't want to leave this earth without knowing that feeling of being able to go into a supermarket and being able to buy whatever I want and not have to worry about the price, to be able to fill up my fridge, not just in the beginning of the month because of food stamps, but to be able to refill and replenish my fridge whenever it needs to be refilled and replenished. And that to me just made me so sad. And, it made me realize that I've been praying and praying and praying to God, but what I need to pray for is that God to help me break those generational curses, for me to break those generational curses of poverty. I'm praying to God to help me get into a financial situation where I will not I will not want, that I will be able to do these things for myself, And I want to have that moment where I could go to the supermarket and fill up my cart and not think twice about it. And I know that this is stupid. It's so stupid for some people. But I'm 36 and I feel like I'm still not in a position to be able to do those things for me, to be able to breathe and to be able not to worry. And it just made me so sad. It made me so sad just looking at something that was such simple content, just filling up the fridge and realizing that, I'm so scared that I will never get to experience that. And then it made me think, does she stop and think wow, this is such a blessing. This is truly such a blessing to be able to do this, to be able to fill up my fridge. It's truly such a blessing. And I pray and I hope that God blesses me with the opportunity to know what that feels like. To always have a fridge full and to never have it go empty. And I know that this may be foolish, but I want to be able to get into a financial situation that I could even go to my mom's house and fill up her fridge. And take her food shopping and tell her, fill up the cart and don't worry about the price. Because I hated seeing my mom having to put things back because we didn't have enough money. I hated it. I hated it so much. And to see how embarrassed she was, and if there was a line behind us, just hated that look on her face like she was failing us. And I want to replace that. I want to replace that memory. And I want to change that, not only for me, but for her. I want her to know what it feels like to be able to buy and not have to worry about the amount. And for her to be able to get everything that she wants. I want to be able to heal that for both of us. It's so stupid. I don't even know why I'm crying over this. It just makes me so sad that I'm not there yet. And I know that, and I pray, God, I pray that this will always be the case. I pray that I will receive a moment in my life where I will be able to do these things, where money will not be an issue, where that freaking generational curse of poverty will be lifted and broken. I ask, God, that you make these things possible for me to experience and see, to know that you are working through me. And that nothing is impossible, God. I truly, truly, truly mean that. I want my life to transform in such a massive way, God, that in everything that happens, it is so clearly defined that it is from you. That the miracles that I am witnessing in my life, that the changes and all the doors opening are from you, God. I ask that you make these things possible. And I want to know and be in the glory that when the moment does come and I'm able to swipe that card and not have to worry or think twice about it. No, God, in that moment, I will be filled with such gratitude and bliss because I know that it came from you. So, with that being said, today is a new day.